John, if we can start, obviously you got a prop on a bicycle and a hooker boxing in the corner. Can you give us an injury update and exactly who might not be available?
Yeah, no, we're good. We're in great injury shape. The only guys out are Sia and Bongi, still obviously they're long term. Everybody else is fit for the selection. Wilco we're giving till Thursday, but I'm incredibly. I think he'll definitely make it.
What is his situation?
Yeah, he just sort of sprained his ankle a little bit when they went out. You can't put 130 kilograms to the right, to the left, and to the right again without something giving. But no, I think he's fine. I'm sure he's fine.
Okay.
And Scarro's fine as well.
Yeah. Scarro's is his birthday. And it's obviously Scarro, you've got to be careful of occasions. No, I'm joking. But no, he's his hamstring. We just another addition taking a risk with hooker, so we'll do the second session today. We won't do. We got 2 sessions on the heat, so the rest of the first one.
I can't remember which player said it yesterday, but one of them said, I think it might have been Sergio, said that the guys felt flat at the weekend. Did you get that sort of feedback from the whole squad? Or
Yeah, I didn't really get the feedback from the players. It was definitely our feeling as coaches that at horrible 10 minutes. You know, it's like, with respect, it's like the protest and coaching. You talk about the heat and the altitude and 3 o'clock at Ellis Park, or you just ignore it. And we chose to talk about it. And the guys decided to fight against it, and maybe the last 2 minutes we showed it, but there was a period definitely that in that 10 minutes where I felt we were managing ourselves, you know. So I think afterwards we had a chat with them, and they agreed that they'd managed themselves. Yeah, I'm not sure how to address that. But it was, and as Darby said yesterday, we're a little bit disappointed with the bench that came on in terms of energy. You know what I mean? In fact, our energy dropped, didn't it? Our energy dropped.
Well, you don't have to go up there again until the last league game.
No, a bit cooler.
To Pretoria.
Yeah.
It would be worse at this time of the year as well, surely.
Yeah, the 3 o'clock game it was tough. What did Tom Dawson Skubas, what do you call it? Kop doctor, you said Afrikaans. He said to Jean, he's been with Jean Villiers afterwards and saying, listen, you know, jeepers, we went flat there and the things. He said, you clearly haven't played rugby up here. Yeah, it was tough. Still doesn't excuse the performance.
John, what did you, without giving tactics away, what will we be focusing on this week to build you up for obviously it's a big game?
Yeah, it's a very big game for us. In terms of the conference, in terms of our pride, in terms of, I think we're probably a little bit overhyped. We've got 2 wins at home and a jammy win away. So our ball security, we're just not getting through enough phases. That's a big thing for us. Still, training is still frustrating me a little bit, and just to get that how we score that last try is more or less how we want to play. So once in almost 220 minutes is not enough. So that's our big thing is we're working very hard on our attack.
And what do they bring that I know you don't focus on other teams, but what do they bring that's their big threat?
I think they're physical, they're direct. And if they get momentum, they got some really good players. You have inside balls and the swing runners, and obviously a couple of really good carriers. So it's with the Jaguares, it's a physical battle. There's no question whatsoever.
For the Jaguares, I might be wrong, but I think that Newlands and Ellis Park are their last frontiers when it comes to away venues. And this is the last time they're playing at Newlands. So are you expecting a similar sort of mindset from them that you got from the Bulls, where it's like they go all out because it's the last time they'll play there?
Yeah, I think this is going to, as much as there's motivation for us, it's going to backfire on us as well. Porter made it clear before the game.
Yeah.
He said it was such a special occasion, And I think the Argentinians have got a great, South Africa have got a great history going back to the days of Isak van Heerden, and there's a lot of great rugby connections, and they would know what Newlands means. So, no, listen, it's going to be an epic clash. I've got no doubt. It's going to be a really tough game now.
Oh no, that last one, obviously I wanted to come to that, but obviously I didn't speak about, just you guys having focus on the conditioning and just, getting the guys physically up to be able to close out big games in those last 10 minutes. Was that, in a way, also positive, or was it just something that, you don't want it to come out to that?
No, of course you don't want to go, I was really packing up, as I said, but we had Tim Noakes come and speak to us in the week, and he talked about the power of belief, and when you're in those really dark spaces, some great old footage of Roger Bannister, the 4-minute mile, and the mental thing, and that was, just for under the polls, Peter Steff just said, remember what Prof said. So that was amazing belief, the calmness. The message came back from the water carriers that they've got it. Didn't look like it because we gave away a penalty and then we gave away a line out and everything like that. So I think we did show character, but I'd like us to move beyond character at some stage. You know, the defence is character, scoring that try is character, but you know, we overhyped in terms of actually our process of how we're playing at the moment. It's not on standard. I think this team is capable of better, and hopefully that's the start of that journey.
Won't it be? I mean, you've got. I think Darby said it yesterday as well. Is that there's energy coming in the sense of. JD was playing his first game in 6 months. Corbus looked a little undercooked, but he must now be picking up. You know, Jana was actually very good at the weekend, but I mean, he's played another game now, so you should have maybe more energy this week, and you're not at an altitude.
No, I think a lot more. Yeah. I think you can't underestimate the return of Yaka Kutsia. To me, has probably been one of the outstanding loose forwards in Super Rugby, and Herschel Jenkins is a world-class scrum half, so that's a massive infusion. And you're right, we had a whole lot of guys we had to pay rent with. Choki, who did amazingly. I mean, I think I told you last week, we've got a big diesel that, you know, Choki, Corbus, JD, there's one or two others, you know, haven't played, somebody else, doesn't matter. And the box not having trained, you know, until they only came back in January. So, and I think for the Stormers, given our track record, to only have 2 injuries at this stage is a good position. So, you know, and if, let's say, the loose trio is Choki and Yaku and Peter Steff, pretty exciting, I think. So, and with Herschel there to be, hopefully much more energy. Yeah.
Team will be announced on Thursday.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Sorry, Mike.
The guy who was on the one side of contact, seems Mike, you say was a wrestler or something. What is the wingy?
He's a scary human being. If he goes in the arena out, his name's Kuni.
I'm
not sure. He's been with us the whole way since pre-season. We've done a lot of wrestling. He worked a lot with the sevens, and he actually he's really good with rugby, so he can go from wrestling. It's not just all the sort of, he does groundwork and tackle technique and everything like that. And I think all teams make a mistake, and we possibly the last few weeks, you know, when the pressure's on and you get busy and that breakdown goes in terms of training, you cancel because you're worried about injuries, and that's the thing. And then also at pre-season wrestling, so I made a commitment we'll keep Kuni going the whole time. Players we had a review, the players have to do a survey of what they felt the week was like, and about 2 weeks ago, Scara put in his review, Kuni needs to spend a lot more time with his family. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It's early in the season, but you know, there's such a thing as a winning habit. Do you feel that they're starting, that the way you won on Saturday was an indication that you might be getting that? I mean, you played at home as well. Which
yeah, you know, I think that would be, I'd say, in context of the results possibly, you know, getting that result, but if we look at the process of performance now.
But if you win the next 2, then you've definitely got a winning habit.
Yeah, then would be
particularly if you win them whilst playing badly.
Yeah,
that's when a winning habit is.
Absolutely. No, we didn't play particularly well against the Bulls, did we? No. We didn't play very well. We played poorly. I mean, often as coaches, you know, when you review the game afterwards, you look back and you see we weren't so bad, because you know you're so anxious in the coach's box.
Yeah.
It's oh my god. And this one was, when we reviewed it, was actually worse than we thought in terms of that stuff that you said, like the work ethic, off the ball on attack, on defence, you know, everything. So except for the set piece, and so this week we need to get better. Then I think, you know, this is a critical game for us. If we get over this in an interconference game, then I think we're in a position where we can say we're building a habit. It should be a great game, this one, Needles, I must say. I think it's 2 really good sides.
So I know you said you didn't play that particularly well, but you don't, some of those things like the start limits and so on, you think those things are quite easy to fix though?
You know, I think we had 5 starters, or 4 at least, maybe it was 5 in the first half, which didn't get to a phase, you know, which is appalling. So, and that's easily fixed. The starters is easily fixable. The sort of, you know, the curious thing, Stephen, is that our offload is actually really good, because your default is when you've got poor board security cycles and stop offloading. But our offload is actually really good. It's other stuff and that's something Jamie flagged at training. You know, that we don't look after the ball well enough for training. Okay.
Your counter-attacks on the weekend, where you feel the guys are making the right kind of decisions on counter-attack when it's kicked on them. They seem to run into traffic quite a bit.
Yeah, I think. Well, that Sergio, he scored at Sergio. That was exactly our plan.
Yeah.
Damon should have been on the blind side. He made I don't know if you remember, he passed it across. What's funny, I'm very comfortable with us taking, Dylan and Sibilla taking him back into the chase. It's how we get organised after that, where I think we're poor. You know what I mean, Steve? So, Jamie was getting frustrated because he said, well, if we're going to be like that, we might just kick the contestable you've seen Sergio in 2 weeks, Marvel and this, you saw Sibilla, we're not going to be, they're not great receiving the ball in 22 and kicking out. I've told Sergio he's not allowed to kick until he actually practices it, you know what I mean? But it sounds a bit simplistic. So I'm happy with that. It's our work rate after that first, once we got into the wall, it was poor because we got really good attackers on the edges.
Do you get somebody like Prof Max to speak to the guys every week? Is that a standard thing?
No, he doesn't come every week.
No,
The players will kill me.
Like that.
Eh?
Someone similar.
Yeah, we're trying to have a meeting a week and try and get, Cornet and Brayton have come and chatted to us. Got a few other guys lined up. This week. We're trying. We've got to try and understand the context of, of also what we're playing for, to understand what the rugby means to the people in Cape Town. So this week we'll probably focus. We're playing against international opposition. We'll probably focus on what it means to play for Cape Town because the support from the Mensa, they call it, is incredible for the Stormers. You saw like last week in Ruben Castile. The guys realised we're playing for something more. We're not a vanilla franchise stuck in the middle of nowhere. Prof came in about fatigue. Corner and Brayton came in and talked about 21 years since the Men in Black, and we've got some people, some clubs are coming in this week to talk about Cape Town and that sort of thing. So, just stimulate.
It does seem that, Peter Steve spoke about, was it under the post or what, after the last try?
Yeah.
What Prof said does seem to resonate with the guys, like it is worthwhile bringing these guys in.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the Prof, he played clips, look, it's overly biased, but he played clips of, because I got a relationship with him, he played clips of us winning a game in the Vodafone Cup in 2012 in the 83rd minute. He played a clip of the UCT, which I wasn't involved in, winning the Varsity Cup in 2014. So it was both, and he played another clip, which I can't remember, of 3 clock red wins last Thursday. And then on last Saturday it happened, so I've got to give him some credit, Obviously my genius in getting him in, but
mentioning those past games makes me think of something, because you're saying that you don't know what to do about the altitude, but you've been doing it for years. I mean, you've won up there for years.
Yeah.
I mean, you've won other games,
Yeah.
curtain raisers at Loftus that I can recall in the heat of the day. So it's not like it's you're saying like it's been a problem for 10 years.
No, it was a problem those 10 minutes where whereas I don't want to name the guys, but that they just literally stopped working. I mean, that Elton try, for example, and those were 2 guys that come off the bench, and that was just. I think the guys get scared about what they're going to go through, and then they start managing themselves. But this team, as well, I say, this team's got a lot of character. It's just the processes need to get better.
Looks like it was a shock to Jamie's system playing up there.
Yeah, that's funny, But I don't know if you remember that last try when Jael makes the last pass to Sergio. Jael's actually waiting for Jamie. He wants to give it to Jamie out the back because Jamie's just behind Jael, and that's it. You can see Jamie's legs are just gone. You know what I mean? Because he's meant to come out from behind Jael to make the bridge to Sergio. Jael just couldn't find Jamie, just threw it. And we watched the video behind Jamie's legs are like, those guys, the runners where they got the bears. But he was a very relieved fellow when they scored, I think.
But Jael seemed to bring a spark, eh?
He was very good. In fact, the last 2 weeks he's been really, really good. He's been really good. And he seems comfortable in that role.
Accommodating him just a little bit more game time.
Yeah. The guys have made a step up this week, so I'm pleased for that. We'll keep going. But Jael does need more time.